Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently the grand finals of the Root Gaming Warzone Tournament, sponsored by DreamHost. Definitely go check out DreamHost.com and support them because they put up $3,500 in prizes. That's right, $2,000 first, $1,000 second, $500 for third. That has already been won by Demaga. And the two players in the grand final is Sen from Taiwan and WhiteRa from the Ukraine. WhiteRa has been on an absolute tear today. This will be his third tournament finals appearance of the day, and he just seems like an unstoppable force for pretty much anyone and everyone. So huge uphill battle coming up for Sen. Now, both of these players have pretty interesting styles. WhiteRa has a wide gamut of play that he does, everything from doing crazy 5 warp gate all-in openings to doing this very low on gateway but high on robo and VOD tech. We've even seen him use Dark Templar and Blink Stalkers quite a bit on Lost Temple, and he's against Sen, who is a very much so, I guess I'd call him his own style of Zerg. Sen tends not to do what all the other Zergs are doing. He does what he has figured out and determined to be best. He's one of the few Zerg players who, for a long time, consistently built a spawning pool at 11 or 12, and that was his norm. No rushing, just getting his queen fast. He's one of the few Zergs that has been experimenting around with Nidus Worm play. So now we have these two people who are unbelievably stable, great micro-macro control from both of them, and it's all going to come down to who has some superior strategic thinking. So without any further ado, let's go into game one. In the bottom, I just guess the regular old left corner, we have Duckload Ra, aka WhiteRa, spawning as the red Protoss, and in the north we have Softball, aka Sen, spawning as the blue Zerg. Now, immediately these positions make us say things like, oh, Protoss has the innate advantage. He can put a lot of pressure on early. However, Zergs have been getting a lot of roaches just on hatch tech and putting that close distance pressure right back on the opponent. So that can be a big threat for WhiteRa. Looks like WhiteRa doing the usual thing, going to be throwing down the pylon at his ramp. And as usual, I love this very nice placement. He has enough space to build buildings in a maximal area around the pylon and still just in range to be able to wall off the front of his base should he need to. Looks like Sen has not done anything too out of the ordinary yet. As usual, Sen is already poking along just the skirting edge so that way he can retreat if there does turn out to be a player in that close proxy spot. There are some more drones coming out right now. Looks like he's sending his Overlord to his natural expansion, going to make sure that there's absolutely no harassment coming up, such as cannons or even some sort of proxy edge. It also appears to be the case that the gateway is going down for WhiteRa, and he is sending out his first scouting probe, so he'll be able to check out Sen right away. Let's see if Sen is going to be going for an early hatch. This is such a key point in the game, seeing if there's any way that something can be blocked off, and no, it looks like Sen is going to go for it. Will WhiteRa be able to stop it in time? It looks like he's advancing. He has enough money, and whoa, WhiteRa just abandons ship and gets completely shut down on the harass there. That is a little bit unfortunate for our good buddy Duckload, but no big deal. Looks like Duckload didn't have the intention of trying to win. Oh, never mind. He canceled the assimilator. There was an assimilator building for WhiteRa, but that has been now turned into a Farage. So this could be a very fast win if he can get the good wall off, but of course Sen knows this sort of strategy. Oh, well, he's going for it. Remember, this is patch 1.1.3, so you can wall off with just 2 pylons. This would be a huge early lead if Duckload can pull this off. He's advancing forward. That one Zealot is almost done. There, it's popped out now, and a whole bunch of probes and Zealots advancing now. The pool is only about 65% done. The drones are rushing up. Oh no, will he lose in this terrible fashion? There's another cannon going down right now. It does look like this pylon is getting increasingly close to dead. That means that he will not be able to power that, but with this one Zealot arriving, it is going to be so tough to hold off. There the Zealot arrives, begins wailing away at the drones. All the drones are pulled off now. Sen's dumped everything into this. Apparently completely underprepared for this sort of push. The drones are dying very quickly. More cannons going down in the meantime. Plenty of income for WhiteRa. And it looks like that one Zealot is still staying alive at 6 kills. Can it get up to 7? Yes, right before it dies. And it looks like Sen will be able to come out of this alive, maybe. But he is going to be in a rough spot. We do see that first cannon finishing. Now the Zerglings begin wailing away, but 150 shields, 150 life. Very hard to take down those cannons. Super durable. Does manage to do the finishing blow on the cannon, but there's another one finishing, and oh no, is that actually going to kill off everything? And look at this, WhiteRa target firing the drones. How many drones are left? 2! Oh my goodness, that is not the way you want to start the grand final of a tournament series. Let me get back to 6 drones, and then maybe I can start my basic build all over again. Looks like Sen did not want to go down that path, just gives up. So WhiteRa exploiting those close positions, exploiting the fact that that hatch did go down first, and sprints to an extremely early lead at 1-0. Again, WhiteRa showing how much variety he has in his strategies. No long-term emphasis at all. Canceling the assimilator, going for the kill immediately, and succeeding. Stick around, we'll be going into Game 2 in just a second.